features. PowerSchool in general is a web-based student information system. It supports 12 million students in all 50 states and over 65 countries, including all public schools on the world. PowerSchool enables today's educators to make timely decisions that impact student performances. At the same time, it creates a collaborative environment for parents and teachers and students to work together. PowerTeacher is a feature of PowerSchool that allows teachers to access and manipulate a digital gradebook. Other components of PowerTeacher include grade setup, the score inspector, category management, functional groups, standards-based grading, copying assignments, reports, class content, final grade setup, and others that will be presented later in this PD. Parents and Student Portal is a feature of PowerSchool that gives parents and students access to their assignments. This feature requires a password and email address to access it. This feature requires a password and email address to access it. A key component of this feature is it allows parents and students to communicate and work collaboratively with teachers and administrators. For the next part, we're going to talk about logging into PowerTeacher. First step is to access the PowerTeacher website. When you input your username, which is typically your GDOE email without the @gdoe.net. A default password can be obtained by your PowerSchool trained personnel, which is normally your school's attendance officer. And click sign in. The next step is to change your password after logging in. First, click on the Personalized tab located here. A pop-up window that indicates where you can change your password. Click on the Password tab, and then input your old password, your new password, and verify the password. Finally, click Submit. Your task is first to tweet 5 different states or local schools that are currently utilizing PowerTeacher. Tweet to PowerTeacher Guam. Second task is to take a screenshot of a successful password change. Email the shots to powerteacherpd@gmail.com.
Our next topic we're going to go over is going to be on attendance and seating charts in PowerSchool, and myself, Jennifer Estella, will go ahead and walk you through it. So when you begin, you're going to get to the start page of your attendance, and you will need to click on the icon that shows the chair next to your desired class. So in this case, the homeroom, I will click on. When you've clicked on the chair icon, the next screen will appear with a list of your students' names. To enter a student's attendance status, you will need to click the right side of the white triangle, and a drop-down menu of the options will appear. Here you can indicate if the student is absent, tardy with an excuse, tardy due to transportation issues, absent excused, absent with a doctor's note, or on a field trip. When you click the absent option, a comment icon will appear to the right. Click on it and add a specific comment as to why the student was absent. Once you are done, click OK at the bottom after you have done inputting the reason why the student was absent. Click OK. After taking your attendance, you will need to click the Submit button at the bottom right. Okay, When you have submitted your attendance, a green circle will appear to show you have correctly submitted your attendance for PowerSchool. Next, we're going to go into how to create a seating chart. Step 1. On the Start page, click on the tab at the top of the page that says Seating Chart Design. Next, you will see 3 buttons that says Rows, Tables, and Chairs. These are your options for setting up your classroom seating chart. When you click on the rows, you can select from the drop-down menu to indicate the number of rows, the number of chairs per row, and the total number of chairs. Click Add at the bottom. When you click on the Table button, a drop-down menu to indicate numbers of tables, chairs per table, and tables across. And the type of orientation, you can choose horizontal or vertical. And the total number of new chairs. Click Add at the bottom. When you click on the chairs, this square icon will appear and you can click and drag each chair icon onto your blank classroom page below. Here you see the Objects tab at the top. The next set of buttons are your seating chart page for types of objects to add to your classroom. The objects you can add are a desk icon, whiteboard or chalkboard icon, the door icon, and add text icon. The next thing to do is to begin creating the layout of your classroom. Start by clicking on an object and dragging it onto the blank classroom page. Move objects around to match what your classroom looks like. So here's an example of an elementary classroom set up for cooperative learning. The desks are grouped into 5 teams. You can create a specific layout to match your classroom seating chart. Adding students to desks after you have completed designing your classroom layout, the next thing you will need to do is place your students in on their specific seats. On the left-hand side of your seating chart screen, you will see a column that says Add Students, and then a blue button that says Populate. Click on the student's picture, and then drag the student to the desk in your classroom. If you made a mistake, you can remove a student from a desk by clicking the X on the upper left corner. So if you want to edit your classroom or made any errors, the next set of options at the top of the page are the Edit buttons. Here you have your options to remove an object, undo a task, or save your seating chart. Once you have completed adding your students to your seating chart, you will need to label the class the seating chart is for. Click the Edit button and a drop-down menu will pop up. And here you can select a specific class for seating chart. When you are done, click OK. Once you have labeled your seating chart, you are almost finished. Click the Save button to complete your seating chart. Once you've clicked on the Save button, you can view your newly created seating chart by clicking on the Seating Chart tab. So now for your tasks. Please do one of the following. Take attendance by providing a screenshot before and after submission. Email your screenshots to powerteachpd@gmail.com. You can discuss 2 icons discussed in PowerSchool attendance by describing and explaining, by posting your discussion to Mac Macintosh on Facebook. Or you can decide to choose something to do for PowerSchool seating charts. 1. Discuss a unique feature when setting up your seating arrangement. Post your discussion to Mac Macintosh on Facebook. Screenshot a preview of their seat arrangement and email shots to powerteachpd@gmail.com. If you are not sure how to do any of these tasks, please, for a review of what we discussed, visit our blog at powerteachpd.blogspot.com. So take a few minutes and try this out.
Provided on Power Teacher Gradebook is not on there, you can actually create your own by going here on the left side, bottom left side, and click on the plus sign. Okay, this is to create an assignment category. So if like a project is not in there, or a special project, or extra credit, or something that's not on already, you can go ahead and create your own and fill in the whatever information you need to. So once you created your own category assignment, go ahead and click OK, and then add category. Alright, so these are the categories that were already pre-made, and of course I made some myself. There's assignment, homework. For DI, we do language lessons, project, quiz, reading lessons, and test. So since I'm in the subject of language arts, there's only 2 things I do, which are language lessons and tests. So those are the only 2 that I would check mark so I can wait. So once you check mark your whatever assignments you want, click OK, and it will bring you to this section right here.
As you can see, when you're weighing out your system, your point system, it's not, you don't want to weigh it in percentage right away. You're actually going to have to play around with the numbers. So let's say that a language is more, it's higher than the test. You're going to have to play around if you want it to be 75%, 25 to equal to 100. So yeah, good luck on that. I had a pretty a difficult time with my other subjects where I try to make things equal, and yeah, you just have to play around with it. Another feature with category weights is you're able to drop the lowest whatever assignment, whether it's tests, whether it's lessons, whatever, it's up to you. That's a good feature about it. Okay, so click save once you're finished, and then now we can go ahead and create an assignment. So on the top, you already did your grade setup. Now let's go to score sheet. Okay, rule of thumb when you're on score sheet, you want to make sure that you're on the correct reporting term. A lot of teachers, especially the new ones who's been using it, constantly stuck to Q1, and when they realized it was Q3, that's when they said, oops, mistake. So always remember that you're on Q2. Also, your mode must be on assignments when you want to add a new assignment. Okay, so here you would see the plus and minus sign. To create a new assignment, go ahead and click the plus sign, and it will take you to this window right here. In this window, this is where you actually give the details of the assignment. So be very descriptive as possible, because again, parents will see this and will wonder what kind of assignment is this. So for example, spelling test. Okay, you can make up your own abbreviation, or you can go ahead and just keep it the same, and then also categorize it. Remember that whatever you check mark is the only one that would weigh out. So earlier I only check marked language, lessons, and tests, so obviously I want to do tests. Alright, and then you have the option to put the grades by points or percentage. Personally, I like points, and then the points possible, let's say 5, and then the due date, or the date due, which I like to put when they actually do the test. So, and here is where you will put the description. Okay? So the spelling words will probably be whatever you're testing them on. Since I'm teaching first grade, these are the words that we've been working on this week. Okay. All right. You want to? I know there's a section here that says weight. Again, we already did this. We already weighted our system, so we don't need to play around with that number. We just leave it as is. And you also want to check mark included final grade, so that when you average it for the quarter or mid-quarter, it's included. All right. So once you finish all the information in the empty boxes, go ahead and click save. And then you will know you have successfully added a new assignment by looking at this red long box here, which has empty grades, and that shows that you've successfully added an assignment. Okay, so now I want you to give it a try. Your task is to create a new assignment. Ensure that you add categories and they are laid out, and then if you can, discuss what you found difficult about this procedure to Macintosh on Facebook. For a review of what was discussed, please visit our blogs at powerteachpd.blogspot.com.
Okay, after you finish creating your assignment, click on it and go to extra points. If you want to assign extra points for extra credit for that assignment, input a number. Once you finish inputting that number, press save. And now you've just finished putting extra credit to that assignment. Next, inputting grades. Go to the student, click a rectangular box, right click, and you'll see a menu which is collected, late, exempt, missing, or grades. So for collected, it is a check mark. For late, it is a red dot. For missing, it is a yellow dot. And for grades, just put any grade that they have. For example, 10. Once you're done, press save. And that's how you input grades in GradeBook. Inputting comments, you go to final grades. And hit final grades and hit double click on the student, and then a box will appear and you would have to select one of the following comments, or if you have a particular comment you want to put it in the box and press the up and down keys to go to the next student. Once you're done, press save in the bottom and comments will be saved. Next, entering citizenship, go to the citizenship column in GradeBook and right click and you'll have the menu for the grades, which are E, S, U, H, and N. Choose one of those citizenship grades for your student, and once you're done, press save. And then running reports. Press the report tab on the top button and do final grade and comment verification, and click on the following that you see on the screen over here, and then press run report to create a PDF file. Your tasks: input grades into one class or period, add extra credit to an assignment, choose students and label the grade the following: missing, exempt, or late, add comments to 3 of your students under the final tab grade, add citizenship to your students. Task 2, answer these questions on Facebook. What options do you have when a student does not have a grade for an assignment? Do you leave it blank? Explain. For a review of what was discussed, please visit PowerTeachPD at blogspot.com.
Okay, so thank you once again for joining us, and we ask that before you leave, could you please complete our post survey on our blog at powerteachpd.blogspot.com, and in addition, there are tutorial videos in the blog for you to refer to. So thank you, and this concludes our live PD event. Yay! Bye!